few months ago, I wrote a piece on how the huge risk being taken by developer Gust with Atelier Yumiya could finally be the thing that breaks that franchise out of its niche territory. Shortly afterwards, I was invited to try out a special preview build of the upcoming Rune Factory Guardians of Azuma, which was coincidentally revealed during the same Nintendo partner livestream, and I'm thrilled to say that I feel like this is Rune Factory's big chance to do the same thing.
Good to see you.
I hope I didn't keep you waiting.
Not at all. Let us be on our way.
Guardians of Azuma is, for the first time in the franchise, debuting not only worldwide but on multiple platforms. Where the previous game, Rune Factory 5, did get a PC release, it only did so after the North American localization debuted, almost a year after the original Japanese launch. I spoke to producer Hisashi Fuji during this event and asked about whether the game's multi-platform release affected the scope of development. While he stated that it didn't, I can say from my own experience that Guardians of Azuma definitely feels like a bigger game than its predecessors. The heart of Rune Factory is still here. The game has a heavy focus on both farming and action combat, but everything feels huge in comparison to what existed in the previous games. The world of the game has expanded to include 4 separate villages to manage, and combat is much more action-focused with a full dodge and counter system in place. But at the heart of it, Guardians of Azuma still features the character interaction and romance that the series is known for. Starting with the farming, as I mentioned, the game now features 4 separate villages to take care of, and also puts you much more in control of each of them. The player will be constructing each village themselves using materials farmed, discovered, and crafted, and will have to build both farming and industry up from scratch. You'll be building each shop, decoration, and facility, and placing them in as aesthetically pleasing or chaotic a manner as you wish, and each shop can even have villagers assigned to run them. Helpfully, you can do this both by moving your character to the desired spot and plopping things down right there, or by accessing a new zoomed out mode that gives you much more precise and smooth control over placement. You also need to dedicate an amount of space for farming, and while you have the option to do it on your own as usual if you wish, a significant degree of automation is now possible with the village management system. You can have your townsfolk keep up with your harvest, or you can make everyone's job even easier through the use of the game's brand new sacred treasures. These sacred treasures add to both the combat and farming aspects of the game, as each of them have uses in multiple scenarios. 4 of them can be used in farming. The sword can be used to cut crops to gain extra seeds, the parasol can water large groups of crops at once, the fan can pick up multiple crops simultaneously, and the drum can instantly grow watered crops if you need them quickly, and the 5th, the plum branch, is used during exploration to bond with creatures and villagers and unlock new recipes. In terms of combat, the sword can dish out massive fire attacks, the umbrella can deal area-wide water damage, the fan can debuff enemies, and the drum can knock back foes and heal party members, and can also activate special dances that create even more possibilities in battle, including massive limit break style moves. Speaking of new possibilities in battle, combat is much more action-heavy than in the previous games, and this starts with 2 brand new weapon options. The bow and talisman both add the dimension of ranged combat options to Rune Factory, with the talismans being a homing attack a la Ace from Final Fantasy Type 0, and the bow being useful both in combat and, according to producer Fuji, usable to solve puzzles in Guardians of Azuma's environments. The game also introduces a dodge and counter system that will feel familiar to fans of other action titles, but is nonetheless a welcome addition given the greater focus on keeping up with telegraphed attacks. Of course, you'll go into battle with your recruited allies, and once again the game allows you to bond with and date any of them as either protagonist. During the demo, I got to see bonding scenes for both Iroha and Murasame, but also got to meet Ulalaka, one of the game's 4 gods of the farming villages. Each village corresponds with a season and has its own physical god watching over it. The game will feature a total of 16 different romance options, so there will likely be someone that appeals to everyone, but I couldn't help falling for Murasame's himbo charms. He's got a delightfully one-track mind that has to relate everything in his life to swords and training to use them, and it's funny to watch the protagonist come up with ways of explaining things to him while also helping him expand his worldview beyond studying the blade. The most surprising thing to me about Guardians of Azuma is that despite the massively expanded scope of this game, everything about the changes feels well thought out. Farming is still necessary but can be as easy as you want it to be, and the town management impressively feels like something the team has iterated on for years rather than being introduced for the first time here. If Rune Factory has felt limited in the past, Guardians of Azuma Azuma looks set to break free of that and bring the series to a whole new audience. Rune Factory Guardians of Azuma releases worldwide on May 30th, 2025 for Nintendo Switch and PC via Steam. Thanks for watching. This video is brought to you by our supporters on Patreon. Noisy Pixel is run by a group of gamers providing independent gaming coverage through news, reviews, previews, and more. Check out our Patreon to help support our continued growth and subscribe to keep up with all of our future content.
What's on the menu for today? I'm starving. Follow the recipe exactly. Got it? Come on, don't just wave that under my nose. Let me have some too.
Since we're here, why don't we take a quick tea break? Look, I brought snacks.
Oh my! I bet that one's stuck.
Victory is mine! Prepare yourself! Prepare yourself!
Finally worn out, see? Now it's our turn to take the stage. That's enough!
Put you down! Prepare yourself!
This'll hurt. Be gone.
Huh?
Stop that!
So that's their weakness. Good eye. Forgive me!
This'll hurt.
Divine dance! Festival fire!
This'll hurt. Stop that! And I still have room to grow.
Noisy Pixel.